Let's call this meeting to order. If you would please join me, standing to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Start out with the roll call. Alderman Smith.
Present.
Alderman Quinn.
Present.
Alderman Snyder.
Present.
Alderman Saunders.
Present.
Alderman Simpson. Absent. Alderman Osborne.
Present.
We have a quorum. We shall proceed. First thing we have will be to review and approve the minutes of the February 19th, 2026 Board of Aldermen meeting found in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the minutes from the February 19th, 2026 meeting of the Board of Aldermen. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next thing we have on the agenda will be the mayor's report. It'll be short. As you may recall, the board approved the installation or erection of a memorial, Veterans Memorial over at the St. Jude's Park. They're going to be putting up a banner ahead of the actual installation just to announce that that is going to be happening. And that completes my report. City clerk report.
Okay, do have in your packet a copy of the bank balances and a budget, as well as the January bank statement for your review. The SNA will go live with utilities March 23rd. Maggie and I were kind of exploring cost differences between like full paper size bills versus keeping the custom postcard bills. So we'll report back to you on that later, see if there's a better way. I think with the full size pieces of paper, you can get more information on them and more notes and stuff like that.
Would they be less likely to get lost?
Possibly.
I would think.
We did have our MIRMA evaluation. There's a copy of that in here. Be back behind the budget.
Is the updated score on there?
I'm sorry?
Is the updated score on there?
85% of the
85,
updated
yes,
score.
that's the updated score.
Okay.
Went up.
So, yep,
Is there
you're
something,
progressing. I'm sorry.
is there something at the pool that we just totally missed? Or,
There's still recommendations out there on the pool.
you know?
We had a park board, we had a meeting with the pool about this upcoming season, and Vicki was here, Matt and Jessica. We all discussed those MIRMA recommendations, and we're gonna do our best to enforce everything that they're recommending as far as the lifeguards go and safety training and stuff like that out there.
Okay, because I thought like our new training that we had gone to was supposed to be towards satisfying some of our recommendations. but-
It will, with
Okay.
the lifeguard training, the Star Guard,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
but since it hasn't occurred yet.
It hasn't occurred yet,
Okay.
no, that will be later. So that might be in April, actually,
Okay,
the
okay.
lifeguard training.
It's reasonable to expect that once this cycle completes with the training, based on my recommendations, you'll see an increase in the score.
And
That's my expectation.
and we had really increasing the score from last year, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're making the right direction. And I thought, and I said that was just my one question about the pools. Like I thought we were already kind of doing that, but now I understand why it was.
You know,
It's
we're
not
not
quite
below
implemented yet.
80%, so we're not paying in a new debt, so, which is always good. Because if you fall below 80%, you're
Oh, so 80% is kind of the threshold?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So we have gotten better on that there.
Yeah,
And Jeff is pretty good with all of our departments, I feel. Like, I know Justin with the electric, you know, he was new in that position, and I think Jeff was pretty understanding with some things, you know, and let Justin get some information to him after the evaluation and stuff like that, so. I also added to your packet after the Monroe evaluation, there is a bid in there from United Systems for an additional camera, security camera on the license side. This is a requirement of our contract with the license office. We currently have a camera that faces out towards where the doors open for people coming into the license office. And it also covers Rachel doing transactions, things of that nature. The other camera will point back towards our room where the safe and everything is at. So they can see who's coming and going from where that stuff is located.
oh, because of the record storage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that from United Systems.
Well, because that's who has the existing camera.
That's who has the existing camera,
Yeah.
and what would happen, there's currently just like a one camera base there now, and it would be like a dual camera base, so there would be two different positions that it would it would get like 180 degrees versus the 90 degrees,
Okay.
so.
So it would be switching out the camera.
We'll keep the one lens that we have, and we'll
Oh,
be adding
adding
another
this.
lens.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
And the quote for that was $1,374.88. And for budget purposes, we could utilize the building maintenance fund on that. There is money in that line item.
Okay. I would need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
Did you make the motion?
Yes, I did.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the purchase of the additional camera for the license office as required by the state of Missouri. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on to approve the purchase of the camera from United Systems to go into the license office security system. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
And then the last thing, I just put in there for your all's information, behind that in my packet, employment opportunity notice that we'll be placing on Facebook here shortly, so we can get lifeguards hired, summer help hired, things like that. So if y'all want to take a look at that, and I just need, I guess, your approval to go ahead and put that out for.
Would this be in the paper too, or just Facebook?
We would put it in the newspaper too.
Did you see the motion to approve?
Yes.
Did you see this? Rodney, did you see this?
Yes, I sent it to Rodney,
Oh. Does that cover you then? Okay.
and
Is
I
that-
also sent it to the park board and pool manager for them to review for the,
So that'll cover gas then too?
it should, yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion on the floor to approve these job bid specifications. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the job bid specifications for seasonal help. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
Mike, with regards to the gas department, I hadn't heard a definite on if they were getting the summer help or not, so.
Okay.
As soon as I find out for
Well,
sure,
I have it.
Yeah.
We covered it.
I can check
Yeah.
with Terry and we can.
Yeah, he needs to walk some talk. Yeah.
That's all I have.
Cool.
Do you want to say anything, because it's being recorded, about the utility payment automatic withdrawal?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I did send out a notice on front desk just right before the meeting, just letting everybody know that our automatic payment customers are gonna have to change one more time with our new conversion, because it will be done by ACH rather than them doing it on their side of the software, of the program. We will be the ones to initiate the payment for all utilities.
Let's save us money.
Yes, well, it'll save the customers money too. I don't know if it'll save us money, but, well, it will save us
Wasn't
money
it
because
well, our
right
ordinance,
now we are
covered-
absorbing the
we
e-check
absorb
fee,
it,
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah. So, and that's $1.30 per check, so,
And this is probably a dime or something. This is what, not dime or nickel or
it
something.
doesn't cost us
But
anything.
nothing? Oh, even better.
It doesn't cost us anything. So I sent this out, I'll be sending it out several more times through front desk. Rachel is gonna put it on Facebook. And then everyone will need to fill out a new ACH withdrawal form, which I did pass one around to all of you all. And if you talk to anybody that's an auto pay customer, let them know that they need to be coming in and getting this.
What's the due date again?
March 20th would be ideal for us to have this, all their records done by.
Okay,
We will do an auto pull this month with their current information, but starting with the April 1 bill, that is when it will be with the new program.
okay, thank you very much. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Next thing we have on the agenda will be the city attorney's report.
I have nothing to report.
Do we have any authorized guest speakers today? All right, moving right along. New business found under tab 9. First thing we have is a resolution, excuse me, in support of the Community Heart and Soul Project. That is associated with the Economic Development and Sales Tax Board. So we'll go ahead and proceed with that at this time. This is a resolution in support of Monroe City's Community Heart and Soul Project. Whereas the city of Monroe City sees an opportunity for a stronger future for its culture, its economy, and residents through participation in a Community Heart and Soul Project. Whereas the Community Heart and Soul is a resident-driven process that engages the entire population of a city in identifying what they love most about their community, what future they want for it, and how to achieve it. Whereas the 3 guiding principles of Community Heart and Soul mirror the desires of city leadership when considering future initiatives. Involves everyone, focus on what matters, and play the long game. Whereas, after determining what matters most to residents, Community Heart and Soul distills this down into heart and soul statements that provide guidance for future decisions. Whereas, the city is prepared to revise the economic development plan, and city leaders value involvement from a broad cross-section of residents that will result in a better blueprint for the city. Therefore, be it resolved that the city provides support to the Community Heart and Soul Project, including, but not limited to, representation on the Heart and Soul team by staff, elected officials, providing meeting space, and assistance in disseminating information about the project. Dated on this date, and it's done. Thank you very much. Next thing we have is a proposal from JJ Properties. Would you please come up to the podium?
Hello again.
Hello again.
My name is Scott Stewart, and this is Andy Johnson, Johnson Construction. So just a little summary of what we went through last time. What we have going on right now is we're building at the Holy Rosary Church there. There's 18 apartments, 6 are fully rented, and then two more are going to be rented when we get those finished in April, then the other ones are going to be in May. So our next project is trying to get some land. And then we had heard about this opportunity. So this is the land that was on the east side, just kind of when you come off the highway and go to the right there, right and left and across the railroad tracks. So it is zoned industrial right now. You guys are renting it out as crop, land. So we wanted the opportunity to try to get that, and what it had then happened was you guys wanted an appraisal, so we went and we got that done. I have all of that, so you're more than welcome to have that. I printed all that out. So the appraisal came back at $95,000, and we would like to offer $85,000 on that.
What's our process for,
Yeah, this kind of goes back to the issue wherein we got a report back from Missouri Auditor, State Auditor's Office, relative to what had occurred in the past with the city of Monroe City and real estate transactions. The Secretary of State's office requires that we have an actual appraisal and that the property be sold at market value unless there's some other incentive attached to that sale. And unfortunately, those incentives have to be spelled out within our ordinances, and that currently does not exist with one exception, and that is for creation of new jobs. So having said that, the decision on how you want to proceed forward would be entirely up to the board. When Farmers Elevator got the proposal for that property, it was listed at the appraised value was $78,000. That's exactly what they paid for it. That based on acreage that comes out to a value of $15,000 per acre. So your appraisal sounds right on compared to what Farmers Elevator paid for that property. I think it was lot 4, but I can't remember which lot it was exactly. So that's all I know, and that's all I have to offer to the board on what you want to do. I know that.
How many units were there?
I'm sorry, what?
How many units were you planning on?
18 at the Holy Rosary. Now here, I know that we're going to start out with 24 for sure. And the good news with this one is there is quite a bit more space there, so we can space it out primarily for parking. I mean, our buildings are most likely going to be exactly the same. Every building has 6 units in it. So we know that we're, at least going to be able to do the 4 there, with leaving room to put more on there.
John, you have anything to add to
I
this?
think you need to go at least what farmers paid. That's my thought.
You see us getting into a situation, if we get audited, if we go below.
Mr. Mayor, could you speak into your mic? We can't hear you. Thank you, sir.
What,
And
I'm
that's
sorry,
the 95.
would you repeat what your offer was?
Yeah, well, we had said 85, but if it's a situation where you want the appraised value is 95, I have all of that, you're more than welcome to it. If this puts it to bed, then I would be up for that.
how many acres was it?
I think it was 6.
6.
Yeah, 6.1, yep. And then Spurgeon appraisals, as you did it.
And it's currently farm ground, right?
You see any issues with that, John?
No,
We don't have a written contract.
I don't have a written lease. I mean,
Okay.
we can talk to our tenant. But
And it's zoned industrial right now. So really it'd be either keeping it or dropping it down to the residential apartments.
I mean,
What's the process for rezoning? I mean, I'm on the zoning, but I mean, I try to remember, like, that's a little different sometimes than.
well, I remember a while ago, you and I talked about whether, I mean, because normally the rule is you can always go down, but you and I.
But ours,
We looked
ours
at
don't
our
say that.
ordinance and it
And
didn't
that's
say
why
that.
was the question, they don't
So-
say that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could go through rezoning it commercial, or you and I talked a while ago about amending the ordinance too.
Which I think amending an ordinance is probably the right direction long term anyway.
Right.
That was kind of my opinion then. Because you should be able, I think, to
Right, to
drop
go
it
down.
down levels.
But yeah, ours didn't specifically say that.
Do you have a copy of the appraisal with you?
Yep.
If the council approves your offer, how soon would you want to close everything out?
Because we'd still have to do an ordinance to sell at the next meeting, so it wouldn't be official until the next meeting.
And do we have an obligation to the current farm renters?
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to give him notice.
Do you have to pull up
Do we, no, to answer that question, like per, like the state audit, if you get in, that's the purpose of the appraisal, if you get an appraisal, the appraisal is essentially the professional evaluating the cost of that property. And so that's one way of determining the value of the property. But that's, but then that property's all out there for sale if anybody else wants to like make offers
I don't
on
know.
any of it.
People don't know that, do they?
It's been for sale for over 20 years. We've tried to market it in the past. We've had economic development companies market it. We paid $50,000, $55,000 a year, year after year, to try to get economic development out there with nothing. In 2021, we got criticized for not having a plan to sell our real estate, no plan on record, no plan on paper, no explanation of why we were in the real estate business. And if anyone remembers, several months ago, this board put together a real estate plan. It was in writing. We put properties out for bid. Some properties received bids, some properties were sold. Since that time, we've sold 7 non-performing properties within the city of Monroe City. So we were having to pay to maintain and mow with no revenue or real estate tax and generating no income whatsoever. So it was in the best interest of the taxpayers to get rid of it.
Now, in this case, this property is not a, distressed property or whatever you want to say, so there's some, but there's still a lot of space out there in the industrial park if.
Yeah, we have other lots.
12.50 or 12.6 acres, I think.
Quite a bit.
The sale to Farmer's Elevator was performed based on their ask. They requested the city to sell it to them for their purposes. The city asked them to get an appraisal. They got an appraisal, they presented it to the city of Monroe City, and the city of Monroe City agreed to sell it to them at the appraised price, which is exactly in accordance with the Secretary of State's office recommendation in their written report based on 2021. So we're doing it by the book. It's your choice. What you want to do.
Well, to go back to answer your question, I mean, it would be immediate. I mean, we'll just get a money order, cashier's check, however you want to do it.
I guess the question would be is how much notice do we need to give the farmer?
Can we approve it contingent on what the
Yeah, I mean, it's
conversation?
not gonna happen for 2 more weeks. I mean, the ordinance is when it's really gonna be official, so.
What will we do as a preliminary to say we would like to move forward? with the
I
process?
just take a vote to authorize me to prepare an ordinance for the next meeting with whatever conditions or price the board wants me to write in there.
I'll make a motion that we accept the appraised value and authorize John to prepare an ordinance to that effect.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept the appraised price of $95,000 for 6.1 acres industrial park. That property borders County Line Road and Lake View Drive.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. John, please prepare an ordinance.
Is it,
Thank you.
do y'all have an LLC or corporation
Yes.
or what's the official? Is that
Johnson, yep, Johnson Power Properties, yep.
And is it LLC?
There you go. All right, thank you. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Does Jeanette have your contact information?
Yeah, I can get that. Okay.
Okay, moving right along. Next thing we have on the agenda will be council committee reports, starting out planning and zoning. Parks and Recreation. Economic Development Tax Board.
To go along with the resolution that was passed, now we're requesting funding of $6,000 to complete that strategic. So it's a total cost of $20,000. We received a grant. DTMC received a grant of $4,000. This Community Heart and Soul matches $10,000. We just are short the $6,000. So that sales tax fund is what.
Is that in the book? Is that in here?
Yes, right.
Yes.
On what section?
10.
For those who are not familiar with this, the Economic Development Sales Tax Board, when that was presented to the voters and passed, it put in place a half-cent sales tax. This $6,000 will come from revenues derived from that sales tax. This does not affect the city of Monroe City's budget, general revenue fund, or anything else. It doesn't come from the city. It comes from the Economic Development Sales Tax Board, which has its own board, who makes recommendations to this board on how to spend the money that comes from the 1.5% sales tax. So what we would need is a motion and/or approval from the board in order for me to sign this and approve it.
I make a motion to approve the mayor to sign
It's called a funding
the funding
recommendation.
recommendation.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the funding recommendation in the amount of $6,000 from the Economic Development Sales Tax Board. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second on the floor. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Real quickly, back on the Parks and Recreation, Brittany Fulton submitted her resignation for that board.
I'm glad you brought that up. Penny Fulton did submit her resignation. She has been the co-chair of that committee for, well, at least since April 2024. And she's put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. I think she's been to every one of the meetings, maybe one exception. We're going to miss her. She did a good job. I appreciate her efforts. She was very passionate about it. We're really going to miss her. So, Penny, if you watch this, thank you.
Jeanette on
And if somebody wants to volunteer, see you there.
Yeah, we'll take all the volunteers we can get.
The future ones will have a spot for who to check. Be able to.
Ronnie will volunteer.
You just want to send.
Who?
He said Ronnie will volunteer.
Ronnie already has companies.
I'll clone myself. Will that help? All right, next thing we have is Administration Committee.
I think she's trying to get a meeting scheduled for next Tuesday
Oh, that's
I
right,
believe.
yeah, she did send out an email.
Yeah. So I don't know if that works for everybody or not.
Why don't you go ahead and, have you got the
What was the
request?
date that she,
I believe it was the 12th.
No, it's whatever Tuesday is. I think.
was it the 10th, it was a Tuesday?
It was a Tuesday. Let's see. So, yeah. Yeah, it was Tuesday. The 10th at 6 p.m.
Go ahead and schedule
When
it.
that works for me, I don't know about, I forgot who else is.
I'm on that, I think it works.
Okay.
Okay, Operations Committee?
Hang on 1 second. Okay, we met on February 25th. One of the recommendations was already taken care of. I guess I'll just read them though. 1 summer help for the gas department and minimum wage. 1 seasonal and 2 summer help for the street department. I don't know if what we voted on already covers that or not.
No.
Okay, since it wasn't specific.
We will have to consider a budget amendment in order to employ summer help in the gas department.
Okay,
It was not done in the budget that we passed. I cannot explain whether that was discussed or not because I don't recall. We did discuss the 1 seasonal and 2 summer help in the street department. The board did approve those labor costs when they approved the budget.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Terry wasn't aware of that, but
We will have to have a discussion relative to the budget for employment of seasonal help or summer help for the gas department. That's going to have to be discussed, I think, at another time.
okay. Do we want to?
Yeah, because we didn't discuss the budget change for.
I didn't know gas
Yeah, we
needed
didn't
one.
know,
Yeah.
we thought it was already in there for what
Um,
we'd seen with the street department.
Yeah. So do we want to do a vote for the street department by itself then, or
We already did.
did we vote to approve funds, or did we
It's
vote
in the
to
budget.
approve
It's in
the
the
hire?
budget.
It's in the budget.
Okay, so we don't need a vote on it, but?
Yeah, we did.
We
Okay.
do? Okay, we need to have a vote to approve the 1 seasonal and 2 summer help in the street department.
Is that what we voted to advertise for?
Yes.
The advertising wasn't as specific
Okay.
as that. It's basically the difference.
It was like, it was stated as
To
public
hire.
work, public works,
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
which would actually cover,
And they would
Oh.
start like mid-May to August, I think was the end of it.
Rodney, what was the dates?
It was, after Memorial Day.
To the latter part of
End of
August.
May, end of May to probably middle to later August, we start back to school. Now, the seasonal's middle of April to the middle of October,
right.
like 2 weeks.
Do you think that you could cut back on the seasonal going clear to October? We'll talk about it later. Let's go ahead and take care of
It's
this.
first October. So we-
So what we need to do is we need to have a motion made to hire 1 seasonal and 2 summer help for the street department.
I'll make that motion.
At minimum wage or.
At minimum wage for the 2 summer helps and at
20.
20 for this seasonal help.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve hiring 1 seasonal help person for Public Works and 2 summer help. I have a problem with
They,
this.
they can hear you though.
They can hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great.
They don't bite.
Do we have a motion?
I made that motion.
We have a motion on
I'll
the floor.
second
Do we
it.
have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion, second on the floor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Okay.
The ayes have it, the motion carries. What can I do with this thing to make it stop that?
Yeah, hire might help. Then the third thing, Justin's here. We discussed hiring a journeyman for the electric department, and this would require a budget move, possibly from CapEx. We're not sure if that's possible or not. He said he would sacrifice the bucket truck to be able to, if we can move it from that, I don't know.
We're gonna have to have a discussion because we just killed the bucket truck to cover the cost of the transformers that wasn't in the budget.
Oh,
I have a proposal that'll clear it up.
oh, good.
We'll cover that during your presentation. So, we had the individual who was in our apprenticeship program, went to another city for a much better job offer. And so what we've recommended is to hire a journeyman, which will be able to do a lot more actual work than an apprentice will.
Yeah, much of Justin's discussion was revolved around the fact that with 2 apprentices, they are limited in what they can do as part of their, experience and titles. And so when you have 2 of them, it makes it difficult to fully utilize them in some jobs and areas because you need more people that can do more of the different tasks involved electric. So he would like to get a journeyman to fill that position, but per our new wage schedule, there's a significant cost difference between the journeyman and
I understand that. I also understand the value of having a fully certified journeyman versus an apprentice in a 5-year program. We have sufficient planned upgrades. We're also working with MECO on doing the prep work for what hopefully will eventually be a CDBG grant application to help cover some of the costs for our infrastructure. So I'm very well aware of the value of doing that. Of all the individual enterprises, since I'm also the chief budget officer, I can report that the electric department is the only enterprise fund right now that could incur those additional labor costs without a negative impact on that department's budget. The only one. So it's your pleasure. You won't get an argument from me.
Well, it's our recommendation that if we can, for the budget officer, we can find a spot in the budget
Yeah.
that
there's a way
we
to move it.
authorize Justin to advertise for candidates.
Okay,
for
you need to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to do that.
We have a motion on the floor to seek applicants for the position of a journeyman in the electric department. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to seek applicants to work in the electric department. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
You said the electric
The
department.
ayes have it, the motion carries. What?
You said the electric department's the only one that can do that. Because, we never replaced Kevin in the street.
But general revenue is underwater considerably. If we start the year out at 0, and unless something changes with revenues, we're gonna be at a minus $120,000 in the year.
We're gonna have to hire somebody to replace them.
Well, he hasn't left yet.
Or are we gonna wait
Right
till the
around
day
the
he
corner.
leaves?
We'll have this conversation later.
Won't do no good.
He's good.
You done?
I'm done.
Well, darn.
End of the year.
Send me the check.
Okay, well, give us a little bit of time, Rodney, thank you.
Uh,
Danette, are we done with that?
Did we finish that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Jason distracted me. I forgot I was
No,
gonna-
but that's gonna cost having somebody
Replace him?
to train.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Is 3 months ample time? Is 3 months ample time?
3 months, yeah.
You're right there, the end of the answer. Right
Oh,
before the
3 months after the train,
Just somebody.
depends on the candidate.
Okay, if you don't mind, let's move along.
Okay, we had talked about George, you've got one right there next to you. The leaf letter that we give out to the customers. And we were talking about trying to, put a dollar amount to that effect. And if you see on the table at the top of that, that way we're not giving exact amounts, it's more of a range. To, kind of make people realize how much that leak is actually going to cost them if they don't fix it or attempt to fix it. And it's at the top now. It could stay there, or it could go right underneath where it's got the gallons per hour in that, either way. But I think the top might actually be more effective because it's the first thing they see.
To me, it looks like part of a letterhead, kind of, it's advancing, just looking at it, but I don't know. Maybe that's just
Yeah.
something.
This was just a quick mock-up
Yeah, I think it's
thing.
great.
It's not meant for permanent. So I was thinking that underneath where they hand write in the gallons, yeah. What are your thoughts, George?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's, the people that have leaks, like we talked about at our meeting, there's people that are leaking, 20 gallons an hour and they just pay the bill. They don't seem to care.
Right.
Yeah, if you think that this is, if this is what you want,
I'm just thinking it might,
yeah.
maybe if they put the 2 and 2 together and realize why their water bill's so high,
Mike,
especially at 20 gallon.
is this a recommendation from your committee to implement this?
Yeah, don't you think that's what we had come up with, to come up with a generic table?
That was a recommendation from us that we would have a number in there. We didn't want someone to have to figure out an exact number every time.
Every time, yeah.
But if you had like a chart in the letter that they already fill out, because they do already post those letters and they tell them you're leaking so many gallons an hour. That's something that they currently do. It's our recommendation to add
A static.
basically a chart that, is real easy for somebody to say, oh, I'm leaking 10 gallons an hour, and they look and that's gonna cost me, $2,000 a month or, whatever the.
That's almost
on the water
1,700 a
side,
year.
That's not even on the sewer side.
Actually, no, it's both.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
stove?
it's
Oh,
both.
okay.
And I did the second, no, I didn't do the first 1,000, I did the second.
Oh.
So,
I
let's
don't
go,
think it hurts at all to do it.
yeah.
Let's cut to the chase here. City clerk, do you see any issues with this? People services, do you see any issues with this?
I do not.
You like it where it's out at the top, or you want it underneath where you handwrite
I
it?
do not like where it is. I
Okay.
would like to go ahead and redo it.
Right, right.
And I can rewrite it, and then I'll have Danette just sign a new letter,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'll send you that little spreadsheet. I mean, it's,
Okay.
Do you want to act on this tonight or wait until you get the new draft?
I'm okay to
I
get the
don't
new
think there's
draft.
any action necessary.
All right, good enough. Let's move right along.
okay.
It's just informative
Anything else, Mike?
information.
Rodney brought me some numbers. We had discussed the dog pound and the floor needing to be sealed. And it was brought up the last time it was done, it was just painted,
Correct.
and it did not last very long at all. And the state's actually recommending epoxy, but in order for that to stick right, it really needs to be sandblasted first. And there's 5 sandblasting companies. 2 are disconnected and 2 didn't call back. So you have numbers from 1 at $4 a square foot. At 1,200 square feet, which is just the floor, would be about 4,800. But we were talking about going up 2 or 3 feet, so that way when the dogs hike their leg, that it doesn't, that part of the wall is also epoxied and won't soak into the concrete. So that'd be a little bit more on the, but roughly about how much more square feet?
When I shot him, got a quote from him, I told him 1,600.
About 1,600 more, so.
What I said, he said $6,400, which was $4 a square foot.
Okay. So 6,400 to sandblast it, and we would be able to, they would be able to apply the epoxy. He got 3 bids, and Roby's came in at the lowest, and it's and it goes a long way. You were figuring 3 5-gallon buckets. You think would be enough?
Yeah, the floor was gonna take 8 gallons, so we figured, well, we'll get
With the
10
wall.
and another, about 15 gallon, yeah.
Yeah, and it's $322.50 per 5-gallon bucket. And it's a special order item, so it's not like if they ran low, they could run down and grab another bucket. So,
Do you have a total? $73.67.
And we know we don't have that much budgeted for the dog pound, and even what we did have budgeted has long been spent.
Exhausted.
Yeah, exhausted, so I'm not sure where that funding would come from. The state, like I said, we did have the state inspection, and they had a lot of different findings, and one of them that is still outstanding, we fixed most of the issues, but one of them that's still outstanding is the floor not being sealed.
Yeah.
Our ordinances.
Is there a time frame that they want us to get it back up and going?
Sooner the better.
Yeah,
We've had multiple people come to the station or call us in reference to dogs at large or dogs they picked up, and we've had to turn them towards Hannibal because we can't facilitate them.
right.
But the state's basically stating that the last major thing that needs done is the floor needs to be sealed in order to be basically a pathogen barrier.
And then the other question is, does it need to be above certain temperature for a certain number of days before you can apply that?
I think it says on there.
Rodney, what's the life expectancy of that floor?
On the sealer,
Yeah,
what it exactly tells.
Okay, minimum 35, maximum 100,
Yeah.
so above freezing. Basically.
I was thinking 5 years, something like that. Kathy might have told me that. It probably says it in here too. I mean, it all depends on the preparation of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything for life on this sheet.
Can we look into some grants or something like that?
A
I
grant?
think you would think there would be. grants
What?
out of your page there.
Excuse me?
you may need to know your picture.
It is, I think it's
Not
more of
enough.
a time issue.
That's a nice
No.
start.
Because right now we can't, it's
Oh, that's
closed.
right.
Start.
We can't, we don't have
You
enough.
don't need your card yet.
Because, yeah, it's not, I mean,
So we
that's one
cannot-
where it's not in the budget.
Right.
Yeah.
And, but the state, like I said, that's the last remaining thing we have.
And we
from the
have to
state.
have that done in order to open the dog pound?
That's
We have
what the
ordinances that say we do.
state,
I mean, we can't open it right now because it doesn't have a epoxy floor.
well, the floor has to be sealed, that's what they're, the state, I don't know if the epoxy recommendation came from them or if that was.
The
The
sealant,
Band-Aid
so
fix
she
on
shut down the pound back when OB was here because of no sealant. OB sealed it, but the sealant didn't last. She came came back around for her inspection and shut it down again because it all came up in sheets. And it's basically, it's a bloodborne pathogen, feces and urine pathogen barrier. And with it not being in there, if one dog gets parvo, then any other dog after for 7 years can get parvo.
Kathy did say 2 coats, and that's what we was figuring
Yeah.
in gallons. Do 1 coat, let it dry good, and then do another coat, but we was figuring that on the gallons. But I'd say the life of it would depend on the preparation. Did sandblast, it probably wouldn't last as long, of
Who do we pay the humane officer? We have a budget for humane officer? Or maybe I have an old budget.
The budget, yes, our budget said humane officer. That was basically, though, what we were using that section for was to pay the part-time help that we had doing it. That didn't work out very
Okay, so
well.
that's gone. Could we take that enough money for this project?
Well, it's more that, I think that's spent. It wasn't much, it wasn't enough to
And it
start off
wasn't
with.
much to begin with.
4,000.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
Was
I
it that-
remind everybody, it's not Q and A.
I mean, it's close.
Okay, you
It's the
brought a
second
good
time we've been
point.
shut
It's not a
down.
question and answer session. It's not an open
Sorry.
forum. So let's move right along. Board, do you want to make a decision on this tonight, or you want to wait? Captain McGee,
Sir?
it's my understanding that we cannot operate the humane shelter currently, correct?
That is my understanding, yeah.
Okay. Rodney,
Yes.
I'm going to, having been in maintenance, I'm guessing that we're not going to be able to apply this until certain temperatures reached outside, probably 60, 65 degrees,
It'd be nice.
consistent.
Yes.
It's going to have to be sandblasted. Then we'll have to apply the epoxy paint. We'll have to dry, and then we can proceed. So we're probably not going to be able to do anything as far as pulling the trigger to make this happen until mid-April, early May.
That was good, because the sandblaster said the later, the better. Because he had some cooling to do, and he said it takes the right kind of sandblast. So
Okay, let's just go ahead and go with a determination that we won't be able to start until, I'll pick a date, May 1st.
Okay.
By May 1st, prior to May 1st, this board should have in its possession the completed audit. Is that correct?
Should have it this month, yes.
When we receive the audit before the end of March, this board will be going back to the table to have very significant budget consideration discussions based upon the results of the audit. Until that point in time, I am not in a position to be able to suggest that we have the funds somewhere in reserve to move via a budget amendment resolution. So by putting this out there until May 1st for a start date, it gives this board or a future board an opportunity to determine where the funds will come from, because they're currently not within the budget. Would this board agree to that?
Can you give the sandblaster a tentative?
yeah, he told me don't wait till last minute, which I know that. But he said if you wait a little longer, it would help him, because he does swimming pools. So I think he'd be fine with that, yes.
That satisfy you?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the money, that's what it comes down to. So,
Okay, let's move right along. Board of Adjustment. Nuisance Committee.
I don't have anything unless Captain McGee, do you have any nuisance report?
Nothing at this time, we're still working at picking and choosing in the zones.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move right along to department reports. First on the agenda will be Police Department.
Nothing to report this time, sir.
Thank you, Captain.
Do Do you
Water-
do you have your report with you?
I do not.
Do we? We don't have one.
We didn't get,
We
we
don't
didn't
have
receive
one.
one.
Gotcha. I believe Chief may still be working on that, but he was not feeling, up to the weather tonight.
Anything else, police? Water?
I will be fairly brief. Wanted to report that the hydrant flushing is going well. We're, I would say about 80% done. We have this side of Main Street, we're up to and just past railroad tracks. So we still have everything to head north, and then north of 36 from Griffin subdivision all the way to the west, north of 36. So we should be done shortly. Got notified today, EPA called me, and they're going to do an inspection on the water system. I am 100% sure that that has, in direct reference to our disinfection byproducts, that we, the reason we switched to chloramines and the reason we're doing all the upgrades. I've never had a water inspection from EPA. I've been in a couple wastewater ones. They're normally not very friendly. I mean, the people are friendly, but the reports normally aren't. They don't come to not find something. So that is on the same day you're going live with BSNA on the 23rd. So I don't know what I'm going to need from City Hall, but I will let you know if there's anything. I just got the email from him this afternoon, so I just wanted to keep you informed on that. He'll be here the 23rd and the 24th.
Will Klinger be here during that inspection?
If we ask him to, and I don't know that it'll be necessary, but I will talk to you.
If you're going to report on what our activities are and what we are doing to address future issues with emerging contaminants, it might be helpful to have. We'll have a separate discussion.
Yes, that'd be great. And then the last thing I have is today at 426 Charles. It's at the corner of Oak and Charles. The resident has been having sewer problems for a while. They finally hired a plumber to dig up their line, and they dug it up. It was still plugged at the street. We had to cut, unfortunately, the new Oak Street, cut out into there, follow the line all the way down, ended up all the way to the main. It was still plugged. It got down to the main. It wasn't hooked up to the main. It was just sitting on the main. So the customer paid to have everything replaced that wasn't needed to be replaced, had the street cut, paid $1,000 for street cut, and his sewer wasn't tapped. So I don't know. I'm just letting you guys know about this, and because they should have been tapped. There was a brand new sewer line put down Oak Street at some point in the past, and the contractor apparently did not hook it up. So
is it corrected now?
It is corrected now, yes. The company that was here doing it, I was there with them all day working. Well, me and Rodney were there most of the day working with them. And some of the other departments got involved for another reason, but a big truck wasn't supposed to come up that way, and they came up that way, turned, and took down some of Justin's stuff, so they were up there.
So it snowballed into.
Yeah, that was all exciting. But anyway, I just want to let you know that there.
Oak Street.
Pardon?
Oak and
Yeah,
Charles.
the brand new road that we just, that little section right there.
Yep, Oak and Charles is where we were at. So.
Well, Rodney, we need to plan on having the contractor did the street give us a quote to fix that back correctly.
There's, I'll leave that up to Rodney, but there's a small patch like that is not something you're going to get ESS to come in and do.
We'll find somebody, George.
Okay, well, what I'm going to, I talked to Rodney. I would like to actually run some flowable fill into that on Monday, Tuesday of next week So if we do 3 yards roughly of flowable fill, it'll actually flow underneath the street. It'll support where the gravel and stuff had come. It'll give Rodney a good surface to go back and add some cold patch on, and it will be much less noticeable.
Good.
But there will be a cost.
Is there a chance that there's any more that aren't tapped?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is not the first one that,
So
that
how
has
did they
come
manage
up
to get
with.
along so long without it being attacked?
Well, I started here in 2019, and that house has been vacant until sometime in 2025.
So it's been vacant and they didn't know.
And when we got down there, it was, the new sewer main was bedded from, it's 10 foot deep. It was bedded in rock from the base of it all the way up to the road surface.
So it just ran out that rock.
Acted as a French drain. So yeah, it was the solids that weren't coming out of the pipe. The water was making out of the pipe.
That was fun, I bet.
It was great.
Yeah.
I love my job.
What else, George?
That's all I have unless somebody has something for me.
Well, Robin's not here, and it's something we discussed in the operations committee. We're experiencing significant,
Lost water.
unbilled water. Yeah,
Yes,
lost
very
water.
much so.
And I did not get the information from the leak detection people. That's why I didn't bring it up. But if we want to bring it up, that's
Well,
fine.
I just wanted to bring it up so everyone's aware that we got the issue, and George is interested in bringing some leak detection people in. He was going to get more information from them. We also discussed that with since we have electronic meters on everything now, one of the things George has struggled with in the past is there's some variation when you do the checking and all that, but we ought to be able to see on a few day basis how much water we used in the specific days, and he's got to meter out the plant so we can actually kind of like hone in a little more detail on some of this loss.
Mike and I actually looked at it after the meeting, and the closest I can get is it'll tell me for a week how much we used for a week. So every day you look at it, you get the last 7 days. So, I do not look at it every day. So, if that's something that has to be done and that's what you request of me in the future, then we'll make that happen. But it's something we can talk about.
Yeah. I'll send those notes to you too. I forgot to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
George, thank you very much. I appreciate your
Yes,
help.
George?
Since you guys brought this up, I noticed something on here.
Mhm.
The city lacks enough CDL trained operators. I thought everyone that worked in public works were required to have a CDL.
They are.
So how do we not have enough CDL people? If everyone that works for us has to have a CDL in public works, then why does it say we lack enough CDL trained operators?
I got one that didn't.
I thought it was condition of employment.
I guess that fell through the cracks.
Fell through the cracks.
I guess, I don't know.
Kevin didn't have a CDL.
What?
Or he had let it go because he said it wasn't required.
Excuse me?
Do we need to look at it?
Yeah, just look on it, please.
That was why it was discussed, because, and say they don't have enough, but there's cases, well, for an example, the truck that, the city owns a truck, but People Services normally operates that, and we don't actually, and one thing George has suggested is that we could get training on that, so it was be usable for our electric department.
Electric department, in
other
particular.
things. And, but one of the issues is we're a little short on actually, CDL drivers for that right now to get trained.
Very well.
I think the electric department all has it.
Yes,
but-
it's sure.
Yeah, gas is short one. I think.
One.
Yeah.
That's a short one and you're a short one?
By design,
What the requirement when they was hired?
by design. Electric department,
Yeah, I had a couple things. The main thing is a budget amendment proposal, and kind of made a proposal to help clean up some of our capital expenditure line items and to find money to allocate for a new hire. But this doesn't increase our budget at all. It just moves money from one pot to the other, which has already been accounted for.
Very good practice. Thank
Yeah.
you, Justin.
The concept. That's awesome.
Justin, the
Yeah.
quotation for the repair of the underground lines from
David Street.
Davis Street over to the transformers came in, who did you get that quote from?
MPUA.
Okay.
And it came in significantly less than the money that we allocated for it, so we have extra there that we can move to somewhere else.
Well, if MPA gave that number, they're typically right on it.
Yeah,
They don't
and that's
typically come back.
their cost for labor, so we have to account for, some materials and other costs to add to that, but it will not be anywhere near that number that we set aside for it.
The bucket truck, the 35,000 that was in CapEx for the bucket truck, what was that for?
A new, bigger bucket truck, one that could, that had a larger material handler. We end up having our other bucket truck fail a liner, but we replaced it, so our big bucket truck now will get us by for like hard to reach poles, and then our truck that we use now, it can do the job for pole changeouts.
So it's not a safety issue?
It's not. But a future item that would benefit us, yes. But we
Is
can
it 60
sacrifice
feet?
it this year.
What is the current one now? What's their range?
For feet, I think 45 on our little bucket, maybe 55 on our big bucket.
The last line, or the last paragraph, removing money from the loader poles. Will that impact your plan on replacing poles during this next year?
It shouldn't for this budget year.
Not for this budget year?
Not for this budget year. We have just received a fresh batch of poles, and then from what we've had stored, we have enough to do quite a bit.
Do we have enough to get us by through storm season?
Yes.
If we were to have a storm and a storm was to damage light poles, excuse me, does our insurance cover that loss?
For poles?
Yes.
I don't think so.
There's probably a certain amount of damage that FEMA would come in and covers the cost.
Yeah, because what, 2 years ago, REC lost like 60 poles in one storm.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we lose 60 poles or 100 poles, we'll have a tough time,
Yeah,
having enough.
but even they had to have help from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The 2 or 3 pole or 5 pole storm, we can make it.
I appreciate the effort, and all of this works from a perspective of being the chief budget officer in addition to being the mayor. But I don't know why I'm concerned about this. If we did have a situation where we had a storm come through, this is gonna reduce the total number of poles you got in inventory considerably. Yes, no?
I think no. It says in the line item on our capital expenditures, 1 load of poles. We just priced it incredibly high.
The amount of money that we have is incredibly high in the budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that's better.
No one's ever said that before.
yeah.
I mean, we got a load of poles. We got a load of, I don't know, 35, 38 poles.
Additionally, you got a good
Or
bid from
$18,000.
the that other company, they were significantly cheaper than
They were,
your other quotes.
and it would, yes, yeah, we just
Okay.
estimated high. You never know, prices go crazy all the time.
City clerk, do you have any suggestions on this? If the board was to make a motion and approve these amendments as they're stated, does it present any issues that you're aware of?
Would you like to and I guess you're maybe not, you already said it, I said, would you like to take it in and actually look at the budget?
I already have.
You already have, okay, that's.
What he's doing, he's not adding a
You're
dollar.
just reallocating funds.
It's a reallocation of existing approved money, dollars. He's asking us to reallocate it to a different line item, which I think is an excellent way to do this versus at the later on during the budget year, come back, and asking what happened.
Do you feel comfortable with it?
Being proactive is what we need.
Yeah.
Is proactive.
Yes.
I think if Justin's comfortable with it, I'm comfortable with it.
I make a motion to approve these budget amendments.
Y'all have anything y'all want to add back there to back?
John, do we need to do anything special with it coming out of CapEx or?
I second. Did you make the motion?
Yeah.
I second the motion.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the budget amendments as presented by Justin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you, Justin. Anything else?
Thank you. Yeah, I have two more items. One is security lights. We're still behind 30 lights right now. We ran out again, and I'd like to purchase more lights. I got 3 quotes, and Irby came in at the lowest bid. It's a different company. I haven't used them before, but they came in the lowest bid on cross arms and braces too. So I want to buy a bundle of cross arms and braces. And Irby's bid was at $2,924 for 20 regular LED lights and 4 of the big roadway lights. The other were Fletcher and Gray Bar, and they were $3,500 for Fletcher, and
these are ones we basically we're replacing essentially through attrition as lights quit working or the other stuff is damaged.
yes, and $3,700 for.
And these was in the budget line somewhere?
The lights were not. This is lights. It goes under distribution materials.
Which that's in.
It's everything.
37 was from Gray Bar.
Let me get that. I got, I'm sorry, Arkansas, Irby, and Fletcher.
And the low bid was
The low bid was Irby.
Irby, IRBY.
Yes.
Cool.
What was the total, Justin?
For Irby, $2,924, $112 for a regular light, $171 for a roadway light.
They're a lot brighter.
Is that with delivery?
So, I'm sorry.
Is that with delivery?
Probably not. They usually don't put freight in here, and that always ends up added.
Rough guess on the freight?
$200.
I make a motion, we approve the purchase of the MD lights for the 29-24, including plus freight up to $3,500.
Up to what?
$3,500.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve purchase of the lights in the amount of up to $3,500 from Irby. We have a second.
Second,
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the lights from Irby up to $3,500 total. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
The next items were cross arms, as a bundle of 25. They were in plant capital expenditures. I put braces on the same PO, but just because we need braces too, but they will go in a different, they'll go in distribution materials. And it's $3,100 for 25 arms, 25 pair of braces. And that was a low bid at Irby.
What were the other bids?
The other bid was $3,500 from Graybar. And $5,200 from. Fletcher.
5,300?
52 from Fletcher.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, would you please make sure that copies of all the competitive bids are provided to the city clerk?
Yep.
For record?
you said it was 3,100 to Irby?
3,100 to Irby with, and no freight is on that either.
25 cross arms, probably looking $300, maybe 400.
To do matches 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
Make a motion to approve up to 3,500 for purchase of 25 arms and 25 braces from Irby.
We have a motion on the floor to approve expenditure of $3,500 or up to for cross arm assemblies from Irby. We have a second.
Second,
We have a motion second on the floor to approve purchase of cross arms in the amount up to $3,500 from Irby. All in favor say aye.
aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Good work. Gas department. Street department, Rodney.
Got some bids for some porta potties, the parks and lake. Midwest Service Enterprise was the low bid. $92 a piece per month. It come to, Schroeder needed 4, so every month is $368. A one-time delivery charge of $60 to deliver them. That's 2 out to South Lake and 1 at North Park and 1 at South Park. And I got some other bids. The only other one I could get is porta potty dogs out of Quincy. Do you remember what the price was?
Apollo was the other one.
And Apollo was the other one. What was the price of the porta potty dogs? It would let me
Price on that?
print it again.
Uh,
It was like
$846.
$846. So they're about twice as high. And
428 versus.
in Apollo out of Mexico, I called them twice, and the lady was waiting to get a response and never did hear from her. So, and this is who we had
I
last
say that's Midwest Service we used before.
That's who we had last year, and Danette looked it up, and it's just a little bit higher, I believe, than what it was last year.
Who'd we have last year?
Same group.
The same group,
Midwest Service.
Midwest Service,
Wasn't that Scotty's Fire?
Scotty's portable restrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
And I told them May 1 to November 1, 6 months. That's about what we did last year. Last year because we want it in place for the kids to get out, because that's the first thing you holler about.
Yeah.
Because they always take them to the parks.
Do we, once the porta potties replaced, are the trash cans moved into the pavilions more so than having them at the road?
They're still there. They're in the same spot they always are.
I was thinking, because I noticed there's a fair amount of trash in the park. I didn't know if it was just because the trash can wasn't there, they didn't want to walk.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah. What you'll find, but
Doesn't
yeah,
help,
probably, yeah,
Yeah.
so. But anyway, that was the Scotty Potties.
I make a motion, we approve the bid from, the Scotty's Portable Restrooms, Midwest Service Enterprises for the, for portable toilets.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the bid from Midwest Service Enterprises for the portable potties. We also have a second on the floor to approve the bid from Midwest Service Enterprises for the portable potties. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Hopefully next year, the North Park will be one, because it'll have its own base. The only other thing I had was the mowing contracts, which y'all can see in your packet.
Is Area 7 the cemetery?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
What's area, could you just do a quick description of what the different areas are?
Let's see here. The first one's area 1, or yeah, area 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. I printed it all. Area 1, City Hall,
Okay.
St. Jude's Park, North Park, South Park, Police Station. Area 2's Oslogger Park, Winter Street Park. 3 is that up here by State Farm, Talfie's Point, I guess they call it, and Kendrick's Park, Trigger Park. Area 4 is the water plant. Area 8 is areas along both sides of Burlington Northern Railroad track from Main to Vine. And then 9 city property around the water tower and electric substation, and then industrial park. 6 is South Lake, and 7 is St. Jude's Cemetery.
Okay, well, it's pretty clear. Both Terrell, Kendrick, and Ogle have all done work for the city before. I'm not aware of any complaints. Are you?
Didn't have one complaint on the cemetery or parks last year.
Okay, so this is very straightforward. Terrell Lawn Care has the lowest bid for Area 6 in the amount of $19,050.
No.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, look at that. That narrows it down.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess to your point, is there any reason not to go with the lowest bids on these?
No.
that was the point.
All right.
Okay.
Do we make a motion to approve each one separately since they're separate?
You could make, well, yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve Kendrick Lawn Care in the amount of $20,000 for bid number 1, which includes areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to accept the bid from Kendrick Lawn Care for bid number 1, areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Kendrick Lawn Care in the amount of $13,000 for bid number 2, which is area number 6.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bid from Kendrick Lawn Care for bid number 2, area number 6. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Bid number 3.
I'll make a motion to approve Ronnie Ogle II at $45,000 for bid number 3, area 7, which is St. Jude Cemetery.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve Ron Ogle for bid number 3, area number 7. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Ayes have it, motion carries. Rod, anything else?
That was it. To answer your question on the hot mix,
Yes, sir.
the small job, I could get that done. I know somebody.
It's just, you know, I know it sounds
How
maybe,
big of an area is it? Not,
he knows somebody.
well, you
but-
got one that George is talking about on Oak Street that we just did today, and then you got another one on Court Street on the water leak. And I know somebody's got the hot mix and actually he bid on
Court's,
the road.
Court's the other
But it's
street that we did.
Small. Court Street is.
Yeah, Court, we did Court too. Did we?
Yeah.
We paved Court,
Years ago.
and it joins Oak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a water leak. We fixed that.
I haven't cut into Park Street yet. It's on the list.
What?
Nothing,
Oh, I forgot, I
Nothing.
can't talk, I'm sorry.
You hadn't cut into Lawn Street yet, right in front of your place?
It needs to be repaved anyway, so I wouldn't complain. Please note that we paved all of Lawn Street except for my block.
That was intentional.
And,
Conflict of interest, have to wait till you get off the board and,
Yeah, conflict of interest.
We'll put some gravel down for you.
I don't know, I gotta do gravel one.
all right. Okay, we've taken care of the potty bids and the mowing contract. Building inspector,
I just had something real quick from Bobby. He said he's received plans for a new home build for 808 East Dover. It's just in the planning stages right now. He's got to meet with him, I believe, next week.
okay. All right, airport.
I really don't have anything except I think you're supposed to vote on the Miko to be our consultant.
We have to select a consultant for the airport. We received only one response to request for qualifications for engineering services for the airport. That was from Miko Engineering. Miko is currently doing the work on the electric distribution, and they put in the letter of interest, if you will, and their qualifications. I think it's fairly straightforward.
Ryan Huseman, the guy that with engineering came out to the airport yesterday and visited with me, and he talked about different things that he wants to go out for grants for, or I don't know if you call them grants, but money through the state MoDOT. He said that there would be no charge for Miko unless we get the grants. Then if we get the grants, then their money would come out of that,
other percentage of
that money.
that. And they're qualified, I assume, for their qualifications. Well, I make a
They've
motion
worked on other airports in the regional area.
that we select Miko as our engineer of record for the airport.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to accept the request for qualifications, letter of interest from Miko Engineering. It's relative to airport services. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to accept the request for qualifications from Miko for airport services. They would be acting as consultants for the city of Monroe City. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. We will send them a letter of notification.
Thank you, guys. That's a big step forward, and he's going to look into getting try to get us federal money for upkeep. Like I've talked about before, Macon and other airports get up to $80,000 a year from the federal government
That'd be nice.
to,
That'd be really nice.
It'll be very helpful.
Definitely.
so I keep praying that we'll get that. So far it hasn't happened, but he's gonna work on it.
Well, we haven't had an engineer for years,
Right.
and nothing's gonna happen with the Missouri Department of Transportation without an engineer.
That's correct.
So we've taken the first step that had to be taken before anything happens.
And one good thing, the Kimberly Mason, I believe is her name, who works for MoDOT, contacted me about wanting us to be sure we got a consultant because she wants to be able to help us.
And I think that's admirable, that she did that. She didn't have to.
She didn't have to do that.
And we've experienced similar, proactivity from, Missouri's Department of Natural Resources. So I think it's great when you can get, them to help you help yourself, if that's the right characterization.
So, thank you guys.
Well, thank you, Dale.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you sticking with this. Next one is going to be the pool.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. We met this week, and the manager from last year is interested in being the manager again this year. I don't know if you all want to go ahead and approve that, or if you want to go through a hiring process for a manager as well. We did not have any complaints, issues, anything about the manager last year, but I mean, I don't know what you all feel you want to do there.
We rehired, the pool manager from the 23-24 period for the 24-25 period. Is that correct?
No.
Amy?
No, last year was June.
Last year
No,
was
last
new.
year was new.
We did,
Yeah.
Amy was new?
You're talking
It's
about,
Last year was Jessica Van Merle.
So it would have
Talking
been
about-
rehired the 23 person in 24.
Okay, that works. 22-23. So we rehired the 22-23 person for 23-25, 23-24.
Well, just the
Fiscal
summer
year.
of.
Yeah, October.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is, the last time we went through this process, we rehired the pool manager from the previous season. Okay? And if I remember correctly, when we had this discussion, they were still on the payroll. They just weren't being paid because they had no hours. Is that, so is she still on the payroll? No? Interesting.
Which is probably the right way to do it there.
Yeah, or marked as inactive, or.
Yeah, they're, yeah,
yeah.
it should be inactive.
I mean, I guess it comes down to, I'm okay rehiring the same person. I think that, I didn't hear any, complaints about the way that was
I didn't hear it.
I'm gonna put it another way. We didn't terminate her last year.
No, that's right.
The
That's
season
right.
ended.
Yeah, the season
Yeah.
ended,
Yeah.
and, we could go out like a job search, but I don't think there's a long line of, people, that's a specific job. You gotta have somebody who's willing to work for that time period in the season and everything. I would make a motion that we rehire, the pool manager. Discussion is, what about the, wages? Would it be, is there any different wages from last year?
They probably stay the same. We will have to increase the lifeguard wages because of minimum wage, but I think the wage that the manager was making last year, she would be okay with this year as well.
Okay, I would make the motion that we rehire, is it just a baby Miller, is that right? At the, current wage? If not, we'll, at the current. 18.
second.
Okay, we have a motion second on the floor to hire Jessica Bay Miller as the pool manager for this coming season. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
We have another meeting scheduled on 3/13 at the pool to kind of do a walkthrough. The Parks Board will be represented there as well, and then Jessica, and then we're gonna kind of look at equipment that's needed. We're gonna look at maybe some more in-depth training on the equipment we have. We're gonna look, there's a vacuum up there that's not working. We're gonna try and look and see if maybe we can troubleshoot what's going on with that. We do have some rate increases. Did I send you all a copy of this?
I
Oh
don't think
gosh,
so.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen anything.
I just thought about that. Well, so they're proposing to do some small, increases for cost and emissions. They would like to see the cost for 6 and up to go to $6. It had been at $5. And for the 5 and under category, just stay at $3. Vicki did do some checking with other area pools, and by raising these, we are not out of line with anybody in our area. Also, they wanted to look at the season pass increases, same with that. The individual pass last year was 80, this year they're proposing 100. And then each step after that would just be an additional $20. The 2-person pass last year was 100, proposing 120. 3 to 5 people, it was 120, 140. 6 to 8 people, it was 140, 160. And then they really want to do away with the 9 to 12 number of swimmers, because this really is, the passes are specifically for a household. They're not for, like, somebody that comes with, when you get to 9 to 12, you're
getting your
talking-
buddies and,
Yeah.
Yours, mine, and ours.
Okay, so do you want to put that together in some sort of a packet form? We'll present
I
that
can bring it to the
meeting.
next council meeting.
Let's do
even.
that.
We still
Yeah.
have time for that.
And yeah, just as background, that kind of rose, that was a recommendation from the Parks Committee. Vicki took the effort to actually do a little checking on, what some of the other places were. And we have not raised our rates, I believe, in several years.
I want to say 24, no, let me see here.
I think it was
Yeah,
24.
20, I think it was 24.
24
It's
season.
2 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
And, of course, costs have kept going up for
The
everything. So,
chemicals and
yeah.
everything else has increased. Yeah.
And that we were also.
And Jessica also mentioned that as of now, there's not a summer school program. So, they don't have the funding this year, they're hoping that might come through later, they don't know, but that could be an increase in, patrons at our pool too.
there's not a
That
summer
could be
school
fun.
program for the.
Not
school?
right now.
There's no summer
Not
school,
right now.
there's not gonna be any. Wow.
Jeanette, we were also changing hours, remember, and the party.
Right.
Right.
I'll put all that together for the
Okay.
next, we're gonna, Vicki did a lot of looking into the other area pools, and we're gonna mirror a lot of what they do.
Try to close a little earlier, so maybe we don't have so much staff problems.
Yeah.
Because last year we were just closing randomly, it seemed like, because we didn't have enough staff, so we're gonna cut an hour a day out.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can have more parties and make more income for the pool. That was the plan.
Anything
Okay.
else on that, Vicki?
I think
for
you
now?
covered everything,
Okay.
Jeanette, thank you.
I'll get that for the next meeting now.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is,
Did you want to cover the iPads?
The what?
Did you want to go over the iPads?
Oh, yeah, we could.
Because we need
We
them.
could do it under unfinished business.
Okay.
all right, moving right along, next thing on the agenda is presentation of bills and approval of payments. Under tab 12.
I had a question on the Ross County Electric for the railroad crossing, have we always paid that?
We do, turn around and bill them.
Oh, okay. So it's a pass-through?
Yeah.
Cool.
I make a motion to approve the bills payable.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Dispatching fees for the 911, that is currently split between gas has a fee, electric has a fee, the police department has a fee. Is there a fee for water and sewer? Separate? Should there be?
Because doesn't the dispatch center call you with emergencies?
What dispatch center?
Monroe County 911?
Yeah, they do if somebody calls 911, yeah. I guess.
Well, I mean, even if they call the non-emergency number, I mean, I think that's.
I'd be willing to bet if we had water and sewer departments under the city, they would probably be sharing that cost for 911, wouldn't they?
I don't know that they utilize 911 much, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, we get, in the winter, we get more because of frozen water and so on and so forth. But other than that, we probably get, let's say, 10 calls a year.
How many calls does electric get a year? How many calls does electric get a year? 10? 20? A lot more than 10. Okay.
How did we allocate this before? Did we look at?
Yeah, it seems like it's completely even.
It is. Split exactly. It's not based on calls.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along. You
next
made a
year.
motion to approve bills payable.
I made a motion to approve bills payable.
We have a motion on the floor to approve bills payable. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bills payable. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next thing on the agenda is unfinished business. City Clerk?
So I asked Mike, I didn't have him, I asked him if he wouldn't mind, I don't know if you want to original, checking into tablets for when we switch to BSNA for the guys when they're in their field, where they can do the work orders and everything like that. It'll pretty much be paperless with them from now on. And those are a couple of quotes that he sent me from a couple different companies. They are, a couple of them are refurbished, but I don't think that's
A
really
lot of
gonna
times, some of
matter.
those can be mint, and, yeah. And those numbers can change as they sell, but it's a rough range of what they, about,
So-
$75 or $100 cheaper
Yeah,
than,
then if you buy
then
through
you-
Apple,
yeah.
maybe $100.
I think we have a government discount with Apple.
Huh?
I think we have a government discount with Apple.
Really? Did we use that before?
I don't know, we have.
There are student discounts, there's government discounts,
Any idea how much
there's
it is?
military discounts. I can find out.
10% or?
Significant, the student discount's fairly significant because you
Yeah.
can get them cheaper.
Yeah, 'cause they want you to get
Yeah. They
into
want you to
their
get into their
ecosystem.
ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the government discount.
So, I don't know if you all would approve up to a certain amount, so we can go ahead. Mike has the two options there, but if we do check in with Apple and see if there's a government discount there, it could be very comparable to what those refurbished ones are, and you're getting something brand new.
How many? How many?
We'll need 4.
4?
Mm-hmm, yeah. And I'd like to get them ordered and have them on site for when they come do our live on the 23rd.
We have a bunch of line up for these.
Would a member of the
I mean,
board?
if somewhere that's covered.
I'll check Apple. I'll check it tonight.
You got George?
I just want to make sure that, my guys break their phones pretty often. If my guys are holding on to this pad, I wanna make sure that it's like a
Thud case.
tough book
Oh,
or
yeah, we're
a
gonna have
hard
a-
case or
Do they have
something
like
like
iron
that.
boxes?
I wanted to make sure that it was in with the quote, so it wasn't extra.
Well, it's not priced in with the quote, but yeah, we definitely getting cases that are,
Supplies and maintenance under the general fund is where this could, be allocated from.
What would these cost with the case?
the cases are only like $20 or $30 a piece.
So why don't you go ahead and appropriate
That's what I was looking for.
$400 for each?
Yeah.
So make a motion to authorize spending $1,600 for the 4 iPads in total.
Maybe 16,
Well, you had 4 of them.
yeah, I thought you said 15.
No, I said 16.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we allocate, 16, authorize the purchase of 4 iPads, for the new software, system, for $1,600.
We have a motion on the floor to authorize an expenditure of $1,600 for iPads. Do we have a second?
Second?
We have a motion on the floor to authorize expenditure of $1,600 for iPads. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Anything else on unfinished business?
10% off on that.
10%, yep.
Let's get our information together and they can make a decision. That it?
Yeah.
All right, next thing will be a closed session. The tentative agenda of this meeting also includes a vote to close part of this meeting pursuant to RSMO 610.0211, privileged communications between its representatives and its attorneys. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion that we, go into closed session, pursuant to, the 61021, section 1.
We have a motion on the floor to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.0211, privileged communications between its representatives and its attorneys. We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.0211, privileged communications between its representatives and its attorneys. All in favor? I'm sorry, this has to be by voice.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman Osborne,
Yes.
Alderman Saunders,
Yes.
Alderman Quinn. Yep.
Okay, we will retire to the executive session room upstairs. I will ask the sergeant of arms to secure this room.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. Okay,
Well, yeah, Mike will get us set up.
okay, well, I mean, 'cause that's gonna be part of it.
We still remind everybody, make sure you get that
Sounds like cereal. I think they do fun things.
Yeah.
First time I did it,